Alright, welcome back everybody. Back from Colombia, back from a number of different places and things, and we'll get into that here in a moment, but for right now we're gonna just sort of get the game started. We are gonna play some Tropico 4. Wait while we check our downloadable content. Oh, Presidente Chris. Let's see here. We're gonna find out if it remembers me or not.
What a hellhole.
Yep.
But at least it's my hellhole. St. Clara is the typical Caribbean island. Beautiful on the outside, poverty-stricken on the inside. People live in shacks and have hardly anything to eat. Healthcare and education are non-existent, and unemployment is through the roof. Someday, I will turn Tropico into a true world power. First things first, improving the situation on St. Clara will secure local support and establish the foundation for my plans.
So just a real quick, it does remember, even though I just re-downloaded all this bullshit, it does apparently remember my save status, so you're gonna see a lot of, you know, whatever you want to call it. So we're just gonna good. Play Fidel, Che, Papa. These are pretty much all the same characters from Tropico 3. Let me see here. Yeah, they still have the democratic expectations. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Welcome to my island. There are birds and rocks and palm trees everywhere.
Look at the water. Look at the beaches. Look at the palm trees. This is my home. This is Tropico. This is paradise. It is still small, poor, and unknown. Yet I have big plans for it. Very big plans. Here I will build a nation and a country.
Greetings, my friend. Are you settling well on your new island?
St. Clara is a terrible state. You should focus on making the place a little more habitable. Focus on making people happy and content. Here's my cheat sheet. Will help you. Choose widely. Step 1, food, religion, healthcare, homes, fun.
Welcome, Presidente. It is me, Panoltamo, your most trustworthy advisor.
I have to ask you, Presidente, why are we here? This place is a total dump. There's not even a farm to provide food for the locals. You should remedy that by, if you insist on staying here. Build at least 2 farms to feed your people. Alright, so we're gonna pause. Gonna take a quick peek at the island here. Let's see, we should be right here. Alright, create the main, figure out where the menu is. Alright, let's see what we got. We don't got much, do we? That's alright. What are you? Corn's good. Banana, not so much. Up here would be good. Papayas. Right through there, looks like. Sugar's good here as well. Food resources, we're going to build a farm here. There we go. And we're going to set it to Baya. We probably be better up here. Nana? Kind of want to get down into here right now. And then we're going to set up more food here. Farm. We're going corn. Good. Let's play here.
What do you want? I'm busy ruling.
Here. Okay, that's okay. 15 people are employed. That we're gonna fix that here in a moment. Let's see here. We also need to do. Ah, hospital requires electricity. 15 megawatts. I need. Oh, don't care about that. Wind turbine. Look at that. Not dumb. I don't want to do that right now. Guess we'll just have to focus on
Russia, I am happy that you were able to leave your super secret bunker in Russia in order to join us. I have always wanted to ask you, what do you use to make your hair so shiny?
Comrade Sonny, I am happy to be here, among our brothers in Tropico, to spread the light of communism for future generations.
Yes, yes, this is good and all, but really, I want to know how you got that gorgeous hair.
Yeah, we're not going to worry about that. We are going to hire you. Actually, let me check, Steve. Here, do I have... I have intellectuals.
Uh-huh.
What kind of education you have? Grade school education, great. I do have a couple college level people here, so let's not hire anyone. Get this built. They got a quick build in this game, which basically allows you to pay extra money to have it immediately finished. We're not going to worry about that, at least for this playthrough.
What is it now? Talk fast, I don't have all day.
This is going to help me speed up the production here. This should fix itself here in a second. Good.
It's always all work and no play for Presidente.
Well done, Presidente. The farms are ready and will soon begin growing food for your citizens.
Remember that agricultural problems take time to grow. The first crops will be ready about 6 months. Things will make do until then to go on with, but that's not gonna be a serious problem. People rely on you to provide food. To construct more farms, try one new farm per 50 citizens. Remember that people won't eat tobacco, sugar, coffee. These crops are purely meant for profit.
Presidente, my name is Antonio Lopez, and I lobby on behalf of the capitalist faction.
Yeah, he wants tobacco, and if you get the tobacco here, I get money. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, I don't get money right away. Okay, great. That's fine. Good resources. Yeah, let's find ourselves a nice place to put this. Ideally close to where we're at. Bit far. I don't got much of a choice, do I? Let's get some roads in here.
Coming through!
Presidente, I am Reverend Esteban, and I speak for the faithful citizens of this island.
Time for a walk.
There you go. Good. Get the plantation set up here. We want tobacco, which I forgot to select. Good job, Chris. And we're just going to put this up here where it's nice and green, and they'll plant all around that plantation. And that should give me a healthy dose of cash crops. Just got to build a road up there. And then we'll be good. Obviously can't build that through mountains, Chris. And then I'll probably build some amount of housing up here as well as a, what do they call those? Garages. They're important for carrying people to and from different locations. So stuff that's built away from your city, you should have a garage for them to congregate and then drive themselves back to the city. Otherwise, they walk and spend a lot of free time, you know, walking, which isn't good, particularly if you want them to be at their jobs. Anyways, so the reason I chose to play Tropico is there's a lot of sort of mundane stuff I can do while I'm talking that doesn't really need all that much explanation. Over the course of any game, any Tropico game, you're eventually going to run into each one of the factions wanting something from you. Religious want a church, followed by a cathedral. Could be worse, I suppose. Yeah, not really great for pineapples, unfortunately. But you know, intellectual faction, they want a high school, and then they're going to want a college after that. And then usually some amount of liberty, usually. And then there's other factions. The nationalists want the nation to be pure, which I always get money from people who like me. Nationalist faction isn't too bad. They tend to they allow like limited immigration, but they really don't like when the Tropico to foreigner gets close to 50%. And then the loyalists just want you to be a dictator. The environmentalists don't want any pollution, which includes factories, log cutting, mining. Capitalist faction obviously wants money. Communist faction wants like free housing, better wages, the whole kit and caboodle. And then, if I haven't mentioned already, the military faction wants a well-funded military, so generals and soldiers, I don't know, whatever. And a lot of these upper-level jobs, of course, require high school education, college-level education, so they're given a certain amount of college-educated, high school-educated students, and then after that, you have to produce them yourself, so we're just peeking around the island right now. But while we're doing that, I guess I could talk about what I want to talk about, which is the last 2 weeks.
Back to work again.
I went away in the middle of, or near the beginning of, the Oath and Valgana playthrough. I had that more or less recorded up through the final bosses. And then when I came back, I had to record the last episode or two to finish off the final bosses, and the epilogue, of course, which was much longer than I thought it would be. I thought the epilogue would just be like, "All right, Adol, you're leaving, bye-bye," but it was like actually like you can talk to people and go through the village and say goodbye to everybody, which was nice. Anywho. So, I went down to Colombia to visit my brother, his wife, and my niece. My niece is adorable. She is hilarious and adorable. She's 2. So she also has a little bit of that terrible twos thing going on where she doesn't want to go down for naps. And if she doesn't go down for a nap, she gets cranky and irritable. And she's her daughter's daughter. She's my brother's daughter, which... yeah, niece, obviously. But no, I mean, like, she acts just like my brother did when he was little. We call that, or at least my mom calls that, the mother's curse. Her mother gave it to her, and her mother gave it to her mother before, and all the way down the line. So, my brother got the curse. He ended up with a baby just like him. In this case, it was not a boy, but it was a girl, but just like him. And, yeah, he's dealing with a Spitfire girl who wants to be highly independent and see everything and do everything, even though she's 2 years old, and climb up on shit she shouldn't be climbing up on, and I don't know. Weird watching the Danger Man suddenly become Protecto Daddy. But we had a nice time down in Colombia. I'll probably talk a little bit more about that in a second here. Ooh, there's medals here. Nifty. A little bit of gold too. About that. We're most likely not going to access the gold. I may start pulling the what do they call that? Iron out of the ground, because it's like one of the best ways to make quick money in this game, at least until your mines start to dry up. But usually by the time your mines are drying up, you're at the end of the game, or you're at the end of your mission, and then they start you out with a new mission on the next turn. I know if you play the later Tropico games, particularly 5, they rectify that by basically giving you a singular island that you're building up from colonial times up through the modern day. And once you exhaust all your resource on the island, it's gone for the rest of that playthrough. Playthrough being, multiple levels. Like, I'm talking campaign-wise. Multiple levels.
I see you've run out of money, amigo.
Thanks for giving me free money, but, kinda accidentally did that. Yeah, what happened was I clicked on an area, and I unfortunately also minimized the screen. That's why everything went black for a second. And it did place the, salt mine where... I didn't really want to place a salt mine, sort of long story short on that. And accidentally placed it, so I deleted it, got all my money back. Plus, because I'm in a negative, he gave me free monies on top of it. But... getting back to my earlier story, yeah, Colombia was nice. It was, it's a...
My dear Presidente, do you know that your advisor, Penultimo, spells his name with not one, not two, but 5 typos? All intellectuals agree that it is high time we
She got a
build
big
high
brain, you
school
can see.
on our island.
Big brain. So she's just basically telling me that, she wants, more intellectuals on the island. Which can only be done through adding a high school, which is expensive as hell. But important for transitioning into a manufacturing economy. I'm not really worried about that right now. Need to get some money. Care about that. Guess I should just add this mine here. Yeah, like I said before, the mines will produce a lot of income going forward. So, as soon as that gets built, it doesn't require any sort of educational barrier to enter. But we'll gotta build a road to it as well. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Alright. Well, okay, let's focus down on talking about Colombia. Colombia is nice. It was very warm down there. Very mountainous down there as well. It's in the Andes. Bogota, which is the capital we flew into, is at a much higher elevation than where we ended up, which is Bucaramanga, which I probably butchered the correct pronunciation of. Had a immigrations person try to correct us. Pretty sure I still didn't pronounce it quite right. It was like Bucaramanga, like that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not from that area. So unfortunately I'm going to mispronounce, different locations, I'm sure. Anyways, so we went down there. We flew from the United States down to Bogota, had a very long layover, which I'm not going to get into because, it takes a while to get through immigrations to get into the country, and then we had to go through customs, which is fine. That's typical airplane stuff. But then, because we don't speak, we have sort of limited Spanish speaking, I'm at like the bare basics. I understand words, but how they're put together and the conjugation purposes I cannot do. And my mom is a little bit better than me because she'd been studying Spanish in the lead up to this trip, but she did not have a full grasp on the language either. Made it difficult for us to figure out where we needed to go next, because it was a little confusing. They told us to go to B. Well, that's nice. I see B, but B was an exit point. It was like if you wanted to catch a cab. That was not where we needed to go. We needed to get a connected flight. Now, because we had a long layover of about 7 to 8 hours, yeah, us taking an extra hour to figure out where we needed to be was not a problem. And we were very bored.